Hey lovelies, if you're returning, welcome back. If you're new, welcome to the channel. Make sure you hit that subscribe button before you finish this video and get on your way out. Today I'm going to be showing you how I do my ripe banana fritters. Obviously this can be a bit of a hit and miss. Sometimes you can put too much flour, sometimes not enough, so I'm going to show you how I do it so that there's none of this hit and miss business. So in my bowl here I've got 3 bananas, and the bananas that I've used are basically the ones that are like ripe. So they've started to get the little brown spots on them as well, because I use it this way because it gets sweeter the older the banana gets. So I've just got 3 of those in this bowl, and then I'm just going to crush them slightly. I'm not going to crush it completely because I still want a few little chunks of banana in there. So just so you guys can see. Alright, so there you go. Bananas crushed in the bowl. That's all you need to do. So I'm going to add a teaspoon of salt to this. I'm going to add 1 teaspoon of ground nutmeg. I'm using the Dunn's River one. You can use whichever one you have access to. So just 1 teaspoon of ground nutmeg. I'm going to use a 1/4 teaspoon of the mixed spice. I'm just using the Tesco one, guys. You can use whichever one you want to use. It's called ground mixed spice. So that's it there. Going to add 3 tablespoons of vanilla. As use whichever vanilla you want to use. You don't have to use the one that I do. This is just my vanilla of preference, okay? So I've just put in 3 tablespoons of that one. I'm going to use 2 tablespoons of brown sugar. I'm using the soft brown sugar, guys, because the grains are easier to dissolve once you're doing the mix. And you can get the soft brown sugar in any supermarket. The one that I'm using is from Sainsbury's, I believe. It's quite fiddly, but yeah. As the brown sugar is optional, you don't have to put it in there, but to add to the depth of flavour, because I don't know what it is, but the bananas, no matter how long you leave them to ripe for this time of year, for some reason they're not overly sweet. So I don't know what's going on. Oh gosh, me and this packet. Right. I ain't gonna fight with you no more. Oh gosh. Guys, I'm going to get a measuring jug and put in 200 ml of water. You can just use room temperature water. You can use bottled or you can use tap. It's up to you. As always, I'm going to be using my bottled water. That is my preference. And I'm going to turn on my scales shortly, which is underneath my banana mixture. Alright guys, so turning on the scale, and then I'm going to measure 170 grams of self-raising flour. If you don't have self-raising flour, you can use plain flour, but you will need to add some sort of raising agent, okay? So bicarbonate of soda, baking powder, baking soda, whatever it's called where you are, you will need to use a little bit of that. So it's on and it's 0. So I'm just gonna add a bit at a time. So I need 170 grams. And guys, if you're not used to using the scales like this, you can actually measure out the 170 grams of flour before you actually do this. You don't have to do it how I've done it, alright? There you go. So that's 170. Guys, I'm just gonna mix this in. Turn off my scales. Just gonna mix this in. And then add in my water a bit at a time. Remove the scale. Bit. Alright guys, so once this is all done, you're literally going to want to get a frying pan. It doesn't need to be, you know, the largest frying pan in the world. You just need a decent enough size frying pan. You're going to put it on a low heat to let it warm up. And then once it's warm enough, you're going to start adding your mixture to it. I'm going to show you guys. And before I do, if you aren't sure whether the oil is warm enough to put your mixture in and start adding, you can basically do a tester one. So you can put a little drop of the mixture in the frying pan whilst it's hot and see how it reacts to it. And if it's not obviously cooking it well enough for your liking, then it's not ready. Alright, so I'm gonna go sort out my frying pan and be back. Okay guys, so I've had my frying pan on the heat now for about 2 minutes on a low heat, just heating up, and I've got my mixture here. So I'm literally just going to spoon in some so you can see how it's done. So I'm just giving it a mix because it's been obviously sat there whilst the fire's heating up. Right guys, so you literally just want to spoon some in. You can always add to it, you don't have to just leave it at that. There you go. And give them a bit of space because they do expand whilst they're cooking. So bear that in mind. There you go guys, so I'm just doing that much to just show you. And then you just leave them, let them cook. If you want to, it's not hot enough for you, you can always turn it up. But do bear in mind that if you turn it up, you need to keep an eye on it so that it doesn't burn. I would advise you as well to get a plate set up like I have at the back there with some paper towel and a clean fork so you can turn over your fritters and take them out of the pot. Okay guys, so I'm just going to leave this to cook through for a few minutes and then I'll come back and show you guys. Alright love, so I had it for about 2 minutes on a medium heat and then I turned them over. So this is where we're at now, and I'm going to leave it on the other side for about a minute. There we go, so that's ready now. And then take them out. So there you go. So I'm just going to keep repeating that process until I finish frying them all. When you're taking them out, you just want to rest them on the side of the pot for a little while, because the oil, if you have too much oil in there, obviously it's not going to taste very pleasant. So just want to let it drain off for a bit. Ooh. And then you put it on your tissue to take off the rest of the oil. Alright guys, so you just keep following this process. You can, like I said, turn up the heat if it's not working for you. Alright, and then keep going. Don't worry about the shape of them. That's not a thing that you have to worry about. It can be any shape that they're made into. Alright guys, so that's all it is. These odd ones you can just literally put them on top into the batter, it's not a problem. But that's what I usually do anyway. Saves them burning in the pot whilst you're cooking. Right, so I'm just going to turn this down a bit because I've turned up the heat and it's cooking fairly quickly. Okay, so there you go. You literally just want to make sure that you don't burn them. If you haven't cooked it to your liking on one side, you can always turn it over again and put it back on that side. One thing you just don't want to do is to burn. Alright guys, so yeah, that's it. So just keep repeating that process and you're good. Alright lovely, so I have finished the process now and these are my banana fritters. So guys, I've literally just done it exactly how you see me do it in the video and they've come out like this. So yeah, that's all it takes. And obviously when you're finished, you just want to remove your paper towels from underneath your food before you present it. Guys, other than that, there you have it. The mixture that I did made around 14 of these fritters. If you want to do them smaller, you can do. There is no restriction as to how big, how small the fritters has to be done. If you want to do it exactly the size that I've done them, all I did was took 2 tablespoons of the mixture each time and added it to the hot oil. So guys, that's it. When you make yours, enjoy them and I will see you on the next video. Don't forget to subscribe.